Hello everyone! I hope you are all having a wonderful Monday. I am so happy to see you guys again. I've been not feeling good for the past couple days. I've been on my moon cycle, so I've been taking some time to just rest, and I've been feeling like I want to, take more naps when I'm not feeling that well, play with my plants, paint maybe. So this is an invitation to you if you ever feel like you need to check out in a way where you just need to rest, relax, and let go of certain duties for the day, definitely do that. And that's why today we're gonna do some breath work, because you guys have asked a ton about when we're gonna be doing breath work again, and I have missed it so much. And I've been doing a little bit of breath work here and there for my members, but I definitely want to offer more on this channel as well. We used to do it like educational, how to live like we usually do, where we talk about dreaming, lucid dreaming, astral travel, whatever it may be. And then the other day would be breath work. So I do want to experiment with that and get your guys' feedback on what you like about the breathwork sessions, what types of breathwork you would like to try on the channel. This breathwork is something that I've created kind of for my own practice, and I call it Lucidity breathwork. And this is really about creating lucidity in the mind, in your body, and within your dreams as well. It's creating more presence within your practice and within the moment that you are doing breath work, and that is something that directly translates to more lucidity within the lucid dream state or the dream state in general. So if you do this breath work before bed, if you do this before one of your techniques, it definitely helps you kind of anchor more presence in the body and give your mind something to focus on so you don't fall asleep immediately, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced with your techniques. So I'm going to give everyone just a couple minutes to come in. I just posted in the Telegram chat that we are live. How's it going, Greg? How are you? Greg is our new moderator and in the Telegram chat, so thank you, Greg, for doing that for me. And if I know that we mostly have Eric right now for the moderator on YouTube. You seem to be here a lot for the YouTube live streams. So if that's something that you're interested in, we can talk about that after. Pretty much all that would entail is just kind of managing the chat, making sure that everyone is being respectful, and then you do have the power to time out or ban anybody that is, making this space not feel as safe for everybody. That is basically the tasks of being a moderator on YouTube. So it's very chill. I did see that they have two now. They have two different types of moderators, like a standard moderator and then some new one that I haven't looked into, but I definitely want to have, we do have a new moderator for the YouTube as well. He's in Europe, so he's on a completely different time, but he is my editor, and we are actually working on something to bring you guys music and classes and stuff to an app. So his name is 𝒚𝒔𝒕𝒊𝒄𝒔. He is a brilliant mind, and he works with me a lot on the second YouTube channel. You might see him pop in and out of here. He is a new mod, but again, he's on completely different time zones than I am, so you might not see him too much, but that is something to look forward to. Is we have our content coming out on an app very soon, actually this month, I believe. So you will be able to have access to sleep tracks, classes, guided meditations, cool little dream work guides. It's going to be all audio. We're going to be able to build a community on there, and it's going to be super cool. So that is one thing that we are working on behind the scenes, and we should have more information about that this month. So if you see anyone in the chat named 𝒚𝒔𝒕𝒊𝒄𝒔, that is my editor and someone I work closely with. Awesome, Greg! Well, thank you so much for being here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now this will work similarly, just like, the other breathwork that we have done on this channel. You want to make sure that you have a nice place to relax and lay down. Since this isn't the type of breathwork that we were doing before, it's slightly different. You can sit up if you prefer. I recommend either sitting up straight where you're supported or lying down. And of course, it also depends what you use this breathwork style for. It could be to start your day, and you can use it as kind of like a reality checking meditation slash breathwork session. or you can use it right before you go to bed, and so maybe, you know, you lay down in that case. So just make sure that you are comfortable. Have a blanket if you get cold. I notice sometimes with breath work, a lot of times with breath work, I get really cold. And some people run hot. It just really depends. I've noticed almost every time I get cold, so I recommend a blanket, a comfortable place to sit or lie down, somewhere where you won't be disturbed for this amount of time. It'll probably be 30, 45 minutes, around there. We'll just have to kind of see and feel into it. Water as well. Water is very important because we're going to be doing breath work that can kind of dry out your mouth if you're going to, you know, breathing with a very open mouth. Again, there's so many different types of styles of breath work. You shouldn't really run into that with this, but it's great to have water just in case. So everyone let me know. I know a lot of you will probably catch this on the replay. Greg, since you were here with me live, let me know when you are ready and feeling good, and I'll go ahead and get the music started. The music track I'll be using is one that me and Mitcha created. It is titled Wake Up in Your Dreams, and it is on my second channel. It was released 6 days ago, and I've been using this for my breathwork meditation. I've been using it to sleep, and I really love this one. What I love about this one, it doesn't just sound like a typical like sleep music track. It's almost just like sounds that you feel like you would hear as you're shifting into the dream state or into an out-of-body experience. It feels very ethereal, and I love it a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to that. You're ready anytime. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up, and if anyone is joining, another thing, if anyone is joining, then of course just make yourself comfortable. We're going to be doing some breath work, but one thing I wanted to say to everybody is go at your own pace. I will be guiding the pace, and that's just kind of how I do this breath work, but you always want to listen to your body. If you need to breathe a little bit slower, if you need to do it in a different way, if you want to create a visualization as you're going through this, whatever you feel you need to do, there will be this point in breathwork where your intuition starts to take over. Once you get to a deep enough spot, your intuition starts to kind of take the lead, and you just know what you need or how to get the most out of that. So just keep that in mind as we are moving into this breathwork session. Hey Elijah, I am doing well. How are you? How are you doing? I'm getting a new camera, so I'm actually going to be able to get back into, well, vlogging I've never really done. And the podcast, it's been hard to do because I record with my phone. And I had some like clip-on mics and stuff that I was using, but it's been really hard to make the audio and the video how I want it. So I'm getting a whole new camera, a whole new setup for the podcast, and I'll be able to start vlogging as well. So I think that'll be a little, fun. So yeah, I'm doing great. I'm excited to upgrade some of the stuff that I'm doing and start to play around with new things on the channel. Hope you've been well, Elijah. Good to see you. We're just about to start some breath work, just giving everyone a minute or two. And I will go ahead and start the music. Oh, and also Elijah, I don't know if you're in the group, the Telegram group, but a lot of people will ask questions in there, share their dreaming experiences, and that's also where I give updates and stuff on the channel and the content on the channel. So if you're not in there, I would love to see you in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and test play this music. I want you guys to tell me how it sounds for you. Is that too loud? Can you hear me okay with that as well? How's this sound coming through for both? All right, and you can hear me as well? It's not too loud? Also, check out my shirt. I always say this, so as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, I have to get this. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So again, you can lay down or sit up, whatever feels best to you. We will be activating our diaphragm with our breath, so sometimes it is, really depends. Sometimes it is more helpful to sit up, and sometimes you feel like you have more space to breathe lying down. So I would just feel into what where's your mind at today? Are you feeling more relaxed or you want to feel more relaxed? Or are you looking to start your day, create more presence, create more energy? That will kind of determine if you lay down or sit up for this. Getting nice and comfortable. Make sure you have a sleeping mask or something similar. A blanket just in case you get cold. A place where you won't be disturbed for this amount of time. And a place where you can just completely let go. A place where you feel safe. And once you have found that place, I don't want you to close your eyes just yet. I want you to take one nice deep breath in as you soak up the environment around you. Just take a nice look around. So you take a nice deep breath in. Look at all of the colors and textures in your environment. The fact that you are a spiritual being playing as a human in this life. You get to look around and see the experience that you're in right now. Everything that you've gotten to has gotten you up to right now, in this moment. Just soaking up the moment, not judging it, not trying to change it. Now, once you've gotten familiar with your environment, the colors, the textures around you, I want you to close your eyes and still imagine that space. Still feel the space between you and the closest walls. I want you to still feel your environment around you as if you're still looking at it. Keeping your eyes closed, you can even move your head around as if you were looking around, if that helps. And imagine what you would be seeing if your eyes were open right now. As you look around with your eyes closed. This is working with your visualization skills directly. You're capturing an image, closing your eyes, and being able to still make it 3D by being able to walk around and see it in depth with your eyes closed. Now I want you to open your eyes one more time. Now that we really know what we're doing with that, really try to lock in as much detail as you can in your surroundings. What are the brightest colors that you see? What are the things that stand out to you? And perhaps what are things that you didn't really notice before in your environment? How closely can you look with your eyes open? Once you have locked in the visual of your surroundings and your subconscious mind, go ahead and close your eyes. Still look around using your mind's eye while your eyes are closed. Now, while your eyes are closed, right before we get into the breath work, I want you now to visualize you sitting in a room that you're close to, but you're not in. So maybe you imagine yourself being in the room to your left or to your right or behind you. What would it feel like to sit somewhere in that room? And can you feel like you're actually there with vivid detail? Just choosing whatever room in your home or wherever you are that is close to you, but not the room you're actually sitting in. I want you just to practice feeling like you're actually in that room. And this is something we use directly to induce out-of-body experiences, changing our perception of where we think we are in our environment. So now just looking around your room or wherever you are with your eyes closed, but imagining what you would see in that other room. Taking just a couple moments to do that on your own now. Maybe you're picking up on the smells, the textures. Maybe you're imagining you're sitting on your bed or on the kitchen floor. What would you be feeling in that area, sitting there right now? Again, our brain doesn't know the difference between something we are imagining, something that we are thinking about, or something that we're dreaming. So if we can build this skill of shifting our consciousness to different places in time and space, we are directly teaching ourselves how to do that during our dreams, during meditation, light sleep. All right, now I want you to zoom back in your imagination back to the seat that you are sitting in, feeling the change or the shift in the environment back to this current one. Now is where I want you to get comfortable, to begin using your breath to charge up your presence. So you can do this laying down or sitting up. If you are sitting up, just make sure you're sitting up straight. If you are lying down, make sure that you are lying down without crossing your legs. Just making sure you're in an open channel so it feels as comfortable as possible to breathe. I want you to imagine the air that you breathe in as a beam of light. This is something that I use during my lucid dreams or my lucid dream or out-of-body experience techniques to kind of anchor me into a deeper state. It's tying in your breath and the presence of your breath with a strong visualization to give that breath more power. So as you inhale, let's start in through our nose, breathing in this beam of light. Imagine this beam of light going down your throat, your chest, and lighting up your belly. Breathe as much of this light in as you can until your belly feels full and you start to feel this light in your chest and kind of beaming throughout different parts of your body. Your tummy should feel like a balloon when you breathe in, so expanding and exhaling gently. Imagining this light going back out through your nose as you exhale, but it's a different color. So you breathe it in, white, bright, and just notice what color it is when you exhale this light. Is it blue? Is it green? Is it gray? Breathing again in through your nose, expanding your belly, breathing in this white, bright light. And exhaling, contracting the belly, and just notice the difference that each breath leaves you with. If we are kind of absorbing this light into our skin, what effect does it have on your physical body if you notice any? Just continuing to breathe at your own pace, in through the nose, out through the nose for now, expanding and contracting the belly, breathing in this bright beam of light. Now, during your techniques, you can imagine that one of the effects of this bright light is it creates a tingling or a buzzing in your body. That is something that can help the vibrational state not only begin, but also strengthen in your experiences. So just pay attention to the result of breathing in this bright light. Whether you are imagining that it creates tingling vibration in the body, maybe it just leaves you feeling refreshed, maybe you're feeling more positive and relaxed after breathing in this bright light. Maybe it's giving you more energy for your day. Just choose what result you want this light to give you as you breathe it in. Take it the nutrients you need and exhale the rest. Just choosing one thing you want to get from this light during this session. Once you have done that, I want you to take one inhale in through the nose and let out a sigh, just to start activating our throat chakra, our energetic point at our throat. Now I want you to start breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth, but almost like you are sucking through a straw. You're almost puckering your lips in a way where it allows you to elongate your inhales and exhales dramatically. So you will notice that if you breathe in this way, you'll be able to let a lot more air in evenly, and the same on your exhales as you breathe out this oxygen. So still imagining that white, bright light, inhaling through your mouth, almost sucking this light like you're sucking it through a straw, evenly and fully into your belly. Keep breathing in until your belly feels full and your lungs feel almost full. Now imagine this light is sitting in your body as you hold this breath in. You're receiving the nutrients from this light. It's affecting your physical body. And on the exhale, evenly releasing it as well, but just noticing what color it is once you've used the nutrients from this light that you're breathing in. And on your own, when you are ready, you can take another inhale in, expanding the belly. Should be a nice, deep, slow breath to start. Allowing your body to get the most out of this light and to feel the effects of this light once you breathe it out. And maybe you take just a couple moments after you exhale just to feel how it's affecting you. Maybe you feel lighter and lighter and lighter after each breath. Maybe your intention was to receive more clarity on something with every inhale. Whatever your intention is for this light, just tune in with that after you exhale each breath, just to see, just become present of your mind and body as you do this. The more you breathe through your belly, you'll notice the easier it is now that you've kind of stretched out this muscle. This is where we will start to deepen our breath as we go. Now I want you to practice using a little bit more of your belly muscles as you breathe in this air. So start with activating your belly to almost suck in the air from the place of your belly. So you're doing less work with your mouth and your throat and more work with your belly as you bring this light, this oxygen, this air into your body. Really allowing it to activate. On the exhale, you should feel, as you're exhaling, just a gentle push with your diaphragm to help squeeze out any excess or old air. Now, what are you exhaling with this this colored light. Do you notice anything else leaving your body? Maybe there's some things that you didn't expect. Maybe there's some tension in areas that you didn't expect. The more you activate your belly with each breath, the deeper you'll allow yourself to go. So just playing with that, knowing that you are safe, that your body will guide you, and that it's so much more than breath, it's energy. And with this breath, there's so much that we can intend to bring in and intend to let go of, that we will actually feel the effect of. So on every exhale, not only noticing how you feel, but just keep an eye out if there's anything releasing that you didn't expect. Maybe now, not only are you deepening your breath, but maybe you're playing around with the pace you want to go now. We always want to start off nice and slow and easy. And then our intuition will kick in and let us know how we need to breathe to get the most out of what we're supposed to get out of this. So just trust what comes up and just know that you're safe. Still remaining present of your physical body as you breathe in this light and exhale this colored light. As far as visualization goes, you can go wherever this takes you. I like to anchor into the light that I'm breathing in and what I'm seeing as I exhale. That's where I keep my mind as I do this. So if you notice your mind wandering, just bringing it back to the visualization of the breath that you're breathing in and out. On the exhale, see it as wringing your body out of any extra oxygen. So really squeezing your diaphragm to meet your spine, pushing out any excess air from the previous breath. That will allow you to also take in more light, more oxygen, more new breath with every breath. See if you can deepen how deep you're allowing yourself to breathe. So just increasing the depth of your breath. And you can pick up the pace if you would like for any of your breathwork sessions, but just make sure you never sacrifice the depth of your breath, because that's where all of the medicine comes in. Just allow yourself to exist in time and space. You don't need to focus on your environment right now, or where you're lying down, or where you think you are. We are just existing in time and space and focusing on the light that we are breathing in and the weight that we are exhaling. Not only the breath, but everything that you feel that is weighed down your energetic body. Anything you randomly become aware of that you feel may be leaving, know that that is a sign that it is leaving. That you are cleaning and clearing out your energetic space. Just remember to surrender and allow as you're breathing. Stay present with your diaphragm as you activate it with every inhale and exhale. You should feel a lot of movement on your diaphragm. That's where most of the power should be coming from with your inhales and exhales. Can sometimes feel like a little bit of an ab workout. Just know that you are allowing your body to cleanse itself after every breath when you breathe in this way. Remembering to tune into your physical body after your exhale, at least every once in a while, just to notice how you're feeling. What is this breath giving you? What do you intend to let go of through your exhales? It could be pain, attachment, overthinking. It could be a situation you're ready to move on from. It could be an idea or a belief you're ready to let go of. Breath is like water. It can hold information, it can hold emotion. So just through intending to release and let go of something while combining it with the action of breath is actually allowing yourself to let go of that thing, whatever it may be. So just know that with the energy you have in your body and the intention you have, you hold so much power to bring in and also to let go. You need to slow down your breathing. If you need to increase the pace of your breath, whatever feels right for you right now. Just find a rhythm in whatever pace you're being guided to go. If you feel tingling, if you feel vibrating, any physical sensation, just know your body is responding to the deep cleansing you're doing from your breath. And you're totally safe, it's totally normal, but adjust as needed so you feel as comfortable as possible. Now, if it feels right, I want to invite you to do something that I do during my techniques, whether it's for lucid dreaming, out-of-body experiences, and that is to kind of surrender to everything and let myself feel as though I am floating through space. I am supported, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, but I am weightless in the cosmos, light as a feather, without a physical body. And sometimes it can help to imagine our physical body kind of floating in an invisible bed in space. But if you are at the point where you want to relax your breath and just experience presence, and you can go ahead and take another deep breath and exhale with a sigh and just relax your breathing. Let your breathing normalize, soften. Wherever you are, you can also slow down the pace if you'd prefer to do that instead of completely surrendering and letting go. But if you do decide to let go for a couple moments, it's easiest for me when I have my hands not touching, so maybe they're down at my sides or laying on the sides of me outward like a starfish. Not allowing your legs or feet to touch, just completely being open, allowing yourself to just float in the cosmos. The lighter you can feel without pressure on your body, so crossing your arms and all of that, the easier it is. So just give yourself a couple moments here before we come back to this realm to just allow yourself to experience weightlessness and just go wherever your mind and body want to take you for the next couple moments. When you're ready, just imagine yourself slowly floating down energetically from the cosmos into the space where your physical body is having this meditation. Take your time getting there. starting to feel familiar surroundings as your energetic body is coming back to the physical. Now tune into the environment surrounding your physical body, so the room that you started this meditation in. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, and when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and come back. So what I really love about meditation / breathwork style is it can really support in creating hypnagogic imagery or liminal dreaming. You can use this during REM sleep to create wake-induced lucid dreams. You can use this to practice separating from your physical body using the visualization that we did. You can use it just to become present and learn how to tune into your body, your environment in different ways. So if there's anyone new here that wasn't present for the meditation / breathwork we just did, what lucidity breathwork means to me, and the reason why I am exploring what that is because it's helped me so much create not only more lucidity with how I feel, my dreams, my dream recall has gotten more vivid and crisp the more I've been doing meditation / breathwork sessions like this. So it helps create more presence, recall, it works on your visualization skills, it's also cleansing the body through the breath. We use different astral travel techniques within that, like creating another environment within your mind that exists in your house, like that's called the target technique. So choosing a target in your house to assume the state of consciousness that you're experiencing. So in other words, if I'm imagining that my bedroom is my target during this meditation, even though I'm sitting in my office, I'll imagine I'm sitting in my bedroom as vividly as possible until it actually starts to feel like I'm in there. And that's one of the little hacks for inducing out-of-body experience, is to get yourself to that point where your brain actually questions if you are in that area or if you're somewhere else. And again, the brain cannot tell the difference between something we're imagining, something that we're dreaming about, or something that's actually happening. So we can use that to our advantage when we're meditating, when we are using visualization to experience something else than what we're actually experiencing. All of this helps us have a deeper connection to the dreams that we have and more control over the opportunities that we run into that will allow us to practice lucid dreaming and astral travel. There's so many times where throughout the night that there's an opportunity for us to have an experience that we want to have, but a lot of us just don't know where to start, right? Sometimes you don't know which meditation to do or which technique you can do. And because there's so many techniques for lucid dreams and astral travel, and this breathwork or meditation style, you can choose what you like about it and leave the rest and create your own or whatever feels good. I think a lot of the little mini techniques in there are very helpful to practice for your techniques. So it's kind of just like an experimental type of breathwork to see how it does impact your dreams, how it does impact your sleep, and how it does impact your presence throughout the day. Again, you can use this during the day, or you can use this before bed, or whether you're about to take a nap and try a liminal dream. Whatever it is, I think that this breathwork, because it's not just breathwork, it's meditation, but it's also playing with your perception, which is one of my favorite ways to practice lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences. Yes, absolutely, Caitlin. Those hypnagogia is definitely something that will help create dream experiences for sure, because when we are practicing hypnagogia and 𝑚𝒔𝒧𝒧𝒂, so liminal dreaming, we're practicing on keeping our mind awake on the edges of sleep. And that's exactly the skill that we want to have if we want to be able to induce dreams consciously. Because if we are learning to keep our mind aware as we fall into sleep, then that means that when you are in sleep, or if you're in REM sleep and you don't even know, you think you're half awake, you'll be able to consciously allow a dream to start, because you've practiced keeping your mind awake even after your body falls asleep. That's where all of the juice is in this. Thank you so much, 911 Chan, for the support. Thank you so much for showing up today too. It's so good to see you, and I always look forward to seeing your name in the chat when we go live. So thank you so much for the support. So yeah, hypnagogia and 𝑚𝒔𝒧𝒧𝒂, we're just gonna call it liminal dreaming, because that's really what it is. It's the liminal state of consciousness. You're not awake, you're not asleep, you're right in between. There's a fine line, and I'm sure you guys have been in this state of consciousness in a car, on a plane, like maybe a long road trip. You're not asleep. You can hear what's happening in the environment, and you're almost thinking, so you're not asleep, but you're almost in a deep enough state where like you just don't want to open your eyes. You feel really relaxed. You're starting to see kind of cool colors form under your closed eyes. That is the liminal state, and the more that we can allow ourselves to relax into that and deepen that without allowing ourselves to completely fall asleep, that's where all of the magic comes in with learning how to induce conscious experiences like lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences. And of course, there's several ways to induce those states, but if you get really good at practicing liminal dreaming and allowing your awareness to stay in between awake and asleep, you're going to have insane experiences during meditation, for example, because you won't even realize that you're asleep. That's the cool thing, is you'll get so used to practicing mind awake, body asleep that you will have to question if you're actually awake or asleep. And sometimes you'll just be meditating and then all of a sudden a dream will start and you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I was actually fully asleep. So the line starts to get really blurred, like with when you are awake and asleep. Before it was like, oh, I know I'm awake because I'm thinking. And oh, I know I'm asleep because it just all went black and I woke up. That's what we're used to. But when you start to bring more awareness and presence into sleep, and you see sleep as a spectrum instead of just like black and white, there's so many different states of consciousness that we experience during sleep. And we also experience light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep. It's not just like I'm asleep or I'm awake. And awareness is also a spectrum. And liminal dreaming shows us that as well, right? Because we can be in a really deep state where we almost think we're asleep, but we're still awake. So not only is awareness a spectrum, but sleep is a spectrum as well. Now what happens when those spectrums start merging together? We start to experience awareness in different states of sleep, or different stages of sleep. So this happened to me last night. Kaviriya is conducting experiments, and I'm not sure if it was vivid or hypnagogic. Can you explain it to me? So are you wanting the difference between like a vivid dream and hypnagogia? The one thing that the one way to kind of tell you if you're experiencing hypnagogia or not. So again, hypnagogia and 𝑚𝒔𝒧𝒧𝒂 are within the liminal states. We experience it as we're falling asleep and as we're waking up. If you are falling into sleep, for example, or going into a meditation, then you're experiencing hypnagogia, because that's your body falling into a deep state, falling into sleep. Now, if you're waking up after a full night's sleep and you're kind of waking up slowly and you're about to wake up for the day and you see those same visuals, that's hypnopompia. That's you coming out of sleep. So really why we experience these things is because as our subconscious mind opens more as we're falling into sleep, we start to have more access to different visuals and the states of our dreams. We might also remember a dream we had in this state. It's because our subconscious mind is now opening more than our conscious mind. And our conscious mind is so connected to this physical environment that it's hard to get into a really deep meditative state, for example, when we're so stimulated and like busy throughout the day, right? So you're less likely to remember your dreams during that state. But as you're waking up, you'll still be in this state as well, because now your subconscious is open, but it's kind of closing, you're waking up, you're now becoming more stimulated. And so there are a couple brief moments where you will still catch those visuals as you're coming out of sleep. Now, the difference between like a regular vivid like REM dream, for example, a dream that happens in REM sleep, and liminal dreaming is in hypnagogia and hypnopompia, there won't really be a storyline. You'll see visuals and like dream scenes and colors and flashes of light and moving images, but it won't really have a cohesive story. There won't be like specific characters and a role they're playing. It's very random stuff that will kind of float in and out of your awareness. There's been a couple times where I have recorded with a voice, like a little voice recorder, when I'm in the liminal state, and just so I can look back on it and kind of review the content that showed up. And it is the most random stuff. Like I'll see a family having dinner, and then it will disappear. And then maybe I see like a wood picket fence, and then it disappears. And then I get this random idea that pops up in my head like I'm halfway through a sentence, and I have no idea where it came from, what it means. That's liminal dreaming. It's very like floaty type of information. Nothing seems really cohesive, and it's very, for me, it's very like colorful. It's not so much like a very vivid like place that I'm seeing. That's usually my REM dreams. Even though you can see very vivid dream scenes and visuals and stuff during like liminal dreaming, it's usually not like REM sleep where you wake up, oh, I see mountains over there, I see this, like I can walk around and like experience this dream and talk to dream characters. Liminal dreaming usually isn't like that. It's more like intuitive messages or just random pieces of information that came throughout the day, or maybe past dreams. It's just like totally random a lot of the time is how I recognize it. Now, the reason why it's happening every night is normal. We all go through hypnagogia and hypnopompia every single night. It's just because you're falling into sleep and you're coming out of sleep in the morning. A lot of us will fall asleep before we even experience liminal dreaming. So if you're experiencing hypnagogia and you start to see those colors and flashes of light as you're falling asleep, it means that you're able to stay aware longer as your body gets relaxed. Now, if you're already experiencing it, then I recommend playing with it and seeing how long you can stay awake as you're experiencing these visuals. And you will notice that the better you get at it, the content will change, it will get more vivid, it will get more colorful, and you can start practicing inducing different dream states through there. Our vivid dreams hypnagogia experiences. Hypnagogia happens when you're not asleep. So hypnagogia could be compared to a vivid dream, but dreams, most of our dreams happen during sleep. They happen during REM sleep. Hypnagogia happens when we're almost asleep. So we're not even asleep, we're just kind of relaxed where we're almost about to fall asleep. So hypnagogia can have dream-like images, but vivid dreams don't mean that it's hypnagogia. Hypnagogia usually happens outside of sleep. So as you're falling asleep or coming out of sleep. But we will definitely be talking more about liminal dreaming, and I do want to make a couple videos on some techniques. I have a whole list of videos that I want to create on this topic, so I will, and I want to create more like bite-sized. Of course, we're still going to do like the content that we've done in the past. I love creating, longer form content videos as well, but I also want to break it down into like 5-minute pieces for some of these things, just so we can really understand these things separately, like hypnagogia, hypnopompia, different states of sleep or stages of sleep. I really want us to start getting more familiar with these things, because the more familiar we get with our sleep and our dreams and how our mind works in these states, we can start to become a scientist with our practice and explore what works and what doesn't work. So it's very, very interesting, because dream work is such a big umbrella to so much that we could work on. And even though we've talked mostly about lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences on this channel, there's states that if we learned just how to induce those alone, it would directly translate to more lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences. And liminal dreaming is one of those. We enter it every single day and night, and we can also enter that state without actually having to go to sleep. If you just take a light nap or you lay on the couch with your eyes closed for 10, 20, 30 minutes, you'll be able to enter that same state. So it makes it way easier to practice lucid dream training, for example, because now you can do it without having to go lay down or go to sleep. And so this meditation is also something helping you to create more imagery in your meditations, because we are using the perception switch technique in this breathwork that we just did, and we are playing with feeling the space around us and perceiving where we are in our physical environment. Those things are very helpful as well, because it's not only a visual thing. We like, for dreams it could be, but for out-of-body experiences, you want to make yourself feel like you're in another area of the room. So since we kind of used both of these within this meditation / breathwork session, that's why I feel it helps so much with lucidity, because it's playing around with different perceptions, different visualization techniques, different ways to breathe. And so it's very like experimental dream work type breathwork that I found really, really helpful. Yeah, you can totally, yeah. Not only can you experience that in like 𝒚𝒔𝒕𝒊𝒄𝒔, you can create whatever dream experience you want, especially in your lucid dreams. But 𝒚𝒔𝒕𝒊𝒄𝒔 is fun, because if you ever want to try experiencing hypnagogic visuals from something in particular, you can maybe have some sort of audio or music or movie playing as you do your hypnagogic technique and see how that affects your content. And of course, we also know that outside content can directly affect lucid dreams and the stuff that we experience within lucid dreams. So there's so much creativity, there's so much, so many places where our imagination could really sweeten our dream experiences, because even regular non-lucid dreams, I actually did make a little dreamwork guide that I'm going to be releasing for members and Patreons, I think today actually. So there will be a little dreamwork guide for choosing your dreams at night that I will release later today for members and patrons. So keep an eye out for that, because it's kind of interesting we brought this up today, because I totally forgot about that. So yeah, we can choose our regular non-lucid dreams, we can influence the 𝒚𝒔𝒕𝒊𝒄𝒔 that we can see, even though a lot of the time it is random, and of course lucid dreams is where a lot of that play comes in. So I definitely want to do some more breathwork. I definitely want to hear about your guys' experiences in the comments and what type of breathworks you would like to try, because I definitely want to at least do 2 breathwork sessions a month on the channel. So like every other live stream I think would be cool. Next Monday, I believe I am meeting with Erin Walker from Higher Alignment. And we're going to be chatting about a few different topics relating to dreams, the dreamwork practice, different ways to work with your dreams. And so I believe that will be on my channel. I'll have to chat with him. We're going to try to do the new shared stream mobile thing. There's this thing on YouTube where now you can go live with somebody else on both of your channels through mobile. And that's never been a thing before. Usually you have to like get in a Zoom call or something and then stream from the Zoom call. So we're going to try that on Monday, but I should be talking to Erin Walker from Higher Alignment on Monday. So if you guys have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments of this video as well, and we'll make sure to answer them. But we're going to be talking about so much, I'm sure. Without even seeing a lot of the questions, a lot of them will be answered. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm just going to let the rest of this week be a surprise as far as the content that is being released, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. So let me know what you think about this breathwork style and what type of breathwork you want, or if there's something specific that you want help on, that you think a certain style of breathwork could help with. So for example, clarity or more focus throughout the day. If there's something particular you want to explore through breathwork, also leave a comment and I'll see what I can find and what tools I already have in my tool belt that may be able to help explore that more. So for those of you who have never been here before, we go live on every Monday. There's going to be some Mondays where I'm not feeling good and I don't stream. I'm just learning to accept that. That was the case last week. So if you are interested in knowing when we go live, the content that we'll be talking about, etc., etc., make sure to join the Telegram community chat. that is on my link tree. You can find that in the description of all my videos, and it's also just in the bio of my Instagram. I'm at the Lucid Mystic on all handles, and yeah, we would love to have you in the Telegram chat because that's where everyone connects, shares their dreaming experiences, asks questions, and I'm also pretty present in there as well. So I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see you next Monday, and I will talk to you then. Thanks everyone for joining. It's been great seeing you, and I can't wait to chat again. Bye guys.